It's a historic moment in Northland Broadcasting, our very first newscast. Don't miss a behind-the-scenes look at Fox 21, your new choice for news.
And the Bayfront Blues Festival is pulling up stakes and moving out of Duluth.
And in tonight's Small Towns Report, hear why an International Falls man keeps carving massive ice sculptures year after year.
Your Fox 21 News at 9 starts right now.
Quality, in-depth, local coverage. This is your station, Fox 21 News.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Nick Lefebvre.
And I'm Amy Rutledge. Thank you for joining us for our first newscast. This is a special occasion. You are watching history in the making.
We're the first new newscast in Duluth in 40 years. Fox 21 News Director Julie Moravchik brings you a behind-the-scenes look at the making of your Fox 21 News station.
This newscast is custom-made for you. We built it from the ground up with one thing in mind: serving the people of this area.
I like turning on and listening to what we have going on here, where we live.
As far as local, just to be able to have more in-depth coverage of important stories up here.
Every person has a voice. Every person has a story. Fox 21 News is a station dedicated to the lives, stories, and people of the Northland. We'll serve our viewers with a high-quality newscast and award-winning photojournalism.
And then as soon as you go,
Let's go!
It's just quiet and they're focused and they're running down the trail.
We're dedicated to bringing you in-depth coverage of your local news, sports, and weather. We'll cover the issues that matter most to you, from local and state politics to education, environmental and economic issues, to the latest developments in tourism. No one will be left out. We will do our best to bring you stories from every town, big and small. From the Twin Ports to Northwest Wisconsin and Michigan's Upper Peninsula to the Iron Range and the North Shore. We'll bring you enterprise journalism, investigative reports, and local hometown stories featuring your neighbors and friends.
I like upbeat news. I like to see good things that are going on, not necessarily all the bad.
The Fox 21 studio is located on London Road in Duluth.
At this point, we'll set a slide shot on 1. Camera 1 will move over into weather position. Camera 2 will move over into Nick's 1 shot.
Our news team is made up of 20 people who are dedicated to doing their very best to bring you a high-quality newscast.
And stand by to roll. Headlines. And roll.
Our news crew is proud to represent this area, and we're excited to be a part of this television station. I promise you we will do our very best to make you, the people of the Northland, proud.
And it really is, it's a privilege to be part of the Fox 21 News team.
It certainly is, and we look forward to bringing you the news every night. The Bayfront Blues Festival is pulling the plug on 19 years of music in Duluth. The premier event is moving out of the city. Blues Fest promoter Chris Mackey's attorney says the 4-day concert will be held a few minutes from downtown Duluth, outside city limits. The new location will be formally announced in a few days. Mike Leon says the decision was a financial one and not a result of a contract dispute with the city. Mayor Herb Berkson says it appears to be all financial.
No, we don't want to lose the event. We've told him so, but we can't just allow no controls on the numbers. We have to know exactly what the numbers are. It's just good business.
Superior Mayor Dave Ross says no one has contacted him about hosting Blues Fest, and the city doesn't have the capacity to host the event.
Rescue teams spent the morning searching St. Louis Bay for the body of a missing Douglas County woman. Captain Tom Crossman says they've been waiting for the ice to melt to start the search. Today they used their hovercraft to check the ice edge and both shorelines. 21-year-old Alana Haugen has been missing since Christmas Eve.
Her car was found on the bridge, and we have no other reason to believe that she's anyplace other than in the river.
Rescue teams found nothing this afternoon. They plan to search again on Friday.
A future townhome development is threatening an important school program in Proctor. A chunk of land is about to be transformed into 73 upscale townhomes. and that's a problem for advocates of the Bayview Elementary School forest. Our partners at the Duluth News Tribune bring us the latest. Here's Executive Editor Rob Carwath.
Bayview Elementary School has a two-section forest, but the plan is to build townhomes between the two sections.
The students use the forest for studying animals of the North Woods and for making maple syrup. The problem is, under a development agreement, the city of Duluth is supposed to make sure the students have access from one part of the forest to the other. A trail was supposed to be constructed between the two around the proposed Sugarloaf Skylines Estates project. The agreement was made in 2005. In addition to the townhomes, a new road is planned that could limit student access to the larger forest. Bayview School Forest Coordinator Rob Marone is frustrated with the city.
We're going after it alone. And they actually, the city and the titles of all the property are tied up in other entities. We have no land rights.
City planner Kyle Deming says land transfer issues are complicated and take time to work out. On Tuesday, the Sugarloaf Development Plat will go before the Duluth Planning Commission for approval. I'm Rob Carwath, reporting for the Duluth News Tribune and Fox 21 News.
And you can read more about that story in tomorrow's Duluth News Tribune.
Still to come in the show, she had a 1% chance of survival.
Now a Douglas County teen is back in school after a miracle rescue.
But first, see why one man just can't stop carving ice in tonight's Small Towns.
You're watching Fox 21 News at 9.
You're watching Fox 21 News with Nick LaFave, Amy Rutledge, Randy Howe on sports, and Todd Nelson with weather.
International Falls, Minnesota is known, at least unofficially, as the icebox of the nation.
And one man is making sure the town lives up to that title. Fox 21's Lisa Waldrop has more in tonight's Small Towns.
Every winter, you can find Mark LeBlanc in his yard, electric chainsaw in hand. It's just one of the tools he uses to create his masterpieces. LeBlanc spends his winter days freezing sheets of ice and turning them into ice sculptures.
What else are you going to do up here in International Falls?
Mark's hobby began in 1990 after he was inspired by the Ice Palace in St. Paul. He saw it while visiting his parents in a nearby hospital.
Both my parents passed away just 5 months from each other back in 90 and 91. And it was the first Christmas that I was here alone.
Mark and his brothers wanted to pay tribute to their parents.
I said, what would really be neat is if we made something like that.
So they did, and Mark has made sculptures each year since then. This year's sculpture was supposed to be of a sandcastle, but at the last minute, Mark changed his mind.
I really feel a dedication to our troops and everything, so I thought, nah, this is more important.
Each year, Mark comes up with a different theme for his ice sculptures. He spends nearly the entire year thinking up his next creation. Sometimes he does them just for fun. Other times, he's inspired by events and even his own family. Mark's older brother, Paul, was diagnosed with colon cancer. He died at 41. That year, Mark memorialized him with a lighthouse ice sculpture.
I wanted to do something that I could dedicate to him, and so I thought something with a constant beacon going for my brother Paul.
Well, Mark's well known around town for his works of art. Even President Bush knows about him. Mark sent the president a letter and pictures after last year's sculpture of the White House. But he never expected a piece of mail he received months later.
Dear Mark and family, thank you for your correspondence and for the material you enclosed. I appreciate your kind words and learning your views and suggestions. Laura and I send our best wishes. May God bless you, and may God continue to bless America. Sincerely, George W. Bush.
After the 2003 Space Shuttle Columbia disaster, Mark knew he wanted to pay tribute in ice. He sent pictures to the Kennedy Space Center and received a handwritten letter in return.
Your photos and letter will be mounted onto a poster and displayed on Kennedy Space Center property for all to see.
It's not the recognition that keeps Mark sculpting, but the fun and inspiration behind it, helping him pass the time during long winter months in the icebox of the nation.
Geez, you can't get her any better than that.
In International Falls, with photojournalist John Thane, I'm Lisa Waldrop, Fox 21 News.
Each sculpture weighs 100 pounds and costs Mark $50 to create. I'd like to take a moment now and welcome in Fox 21 Chief Meteorologist Todd Nelson.
That's right, and Todd, you've been forecasting the weather in the Northland for 2 years now, and we're so glad you're here at Fox 21, and you're on the night shift.
Yes, that is nice. Yes, I was waking up early for quite some time, and it is nice to be a regular person now, and my wife is very happy about that as well. But yes, coming up in just a few minutes, right after the break, we will have your first weather here at Fox 21. Why don't you stay with us? We'll be right back. And as I said just before the break, I'm very happy to be here at Fox News, and you can join us here every night at 9 p.m., every weeknight. And this here is a clicker system. You can see all these buttons on here, so it will be a little bit tricky for me at times to put this weather forecast together. But this is something that you've never seen here in the Northland, and I'm very excited about it. So let's get right into it. First of all, I want to share with you a weather photo. This comes into us from one of my good friends, Rich Koivisto, out of Duluth. And he was up the shore this weekend, and what a beautiful picture. Again, like I said, you can send your weather photos in to me at tnelson@kqdsfox21.tv. Thanks again, Rich. High temperature today, just over the hill, 50 degrees, very mild. We bottomed out at 32 degrees, right at that freezing mark. But look at that, 7:11 is our sunset now, an hour later than what we had last week. Very mild across the region. See that? That was kind of cool. We have the capability of being very interactive with this system, with this clicker, so that is kind of neat. 50 degrees over the hill, but 58 there in Hayward. And one of our photojournalists, Harry Baker, was at the Amnicon State Park, and yes, the rivers are flowing freely now. There's a little bit of ice still around, but again, it's been very mild over the past couple of days. A little bit of light rain earlier this morning, and that did touch off some fog, some very dense fog in the northern portions of Minnesota, but clear skies and also some very warm southerly winds helping to transport that warm air into our region. And we will be looking at more clouds as we head through the rest of the week, but a very strong storm system developing some severe thunderstorms down in the southern portions of the country. We'll be watching this next storm system develop in through the later part of the week, and that could be spreading in some light wintry mixed conditions as we head into Tuesday night and Wednesday. But then as we head into Thursday and Friday, we'll be looking at some snow. And Biwabik will be sitting at 37 degrees for the day tomorrow, Ironwood at 47. Stay with us. We'll be right back with your Twin Ports forecast. And your Twin Ports forecast overnight tonight, we'll see partly cloudy skies, but watch out for those icy spots. Very warm temperatures today, and with temperatures dropping below that freezing mark, some of those sidewalks and roadways will be a little bit icy. For tomorrow, we'll start off the day with some sunshine, but increasing clouds late. That light wintry mix possible as we head through the rest of the evening hours tomorrow, but 46 degrees for the daytime high. And you can see that temperatures will slowly climb down around freezing for Thursday, but at that point we could have some snow, maybe some light accumulations. We'll have to watch that one. But again, I'm very happy to be here, and we do have my weather blog every day in the Duluth News Tribune.
All right, we're watching for that, and we're happy to have you. You got a lot of toys to play with.
Yes,
there as
I
well.
do.
All right, thanks a lot, Todd.
Well, the state high school hockey tournament was an all-northern affair this year.
And with 3 local teams playing the championships, their fans put the energy into the XL. Randy Howe in Next Week Sports. Welcome back, everyone. We want to introduce now Fox 21 Sports Director Randy Howe.
That's right, and you come from Rapid City, South Dakota, but you spent a few years in Duluth here as well.
Yeah, about 8 years ago I had a chance to work here in Duluth on weekends, and it's definitely great to be back. What I like most about the Northland here is that there's plenty of 4 seasons of local sports to go around the whole year calendar, so it's nice to be back.
And we had plenty of sports this weekend.
Yes, we bet we did. Well, like I said, it's great to have a chance to come back as sports director for Fox 21. If you have any sports stories you'd like to see, contact us here at the station. We'd love to hear from you. And all right, by now you've probably heard that we have a local state hockey champion as Hermantown. The Hawks knocked off Duluth Marshall 4-1 on Saturday for the title. It was the first state championship in the school's history. They had plenty of fans welcoming them back at the community turnout yesterday. 30 years ago, the sport of hockey almost didn't happen at the school. They voted on it just ahead of wrestling. They made a good choice. Later, they made a good choice in Coach Bruce Plant.
Well, I'd just like to thank everyone, and I think Mr. Hagley said it best. This program's come a long way, and there's so many people out there to thank. Parents and especially coaches. I think everyone needs to give Coach Plant a round of applause. He's a second-time Coach of the Year.
Therefore, I, Keith McDonald, Mayor of the City of Hermantown, do hereby proclaim March 10, 2007 as Hermantown Hawks Hockey Day, and further urge all citizens to join in the observance of this occasion.
Wow, what an honor. Hermantown becomes the first team to finish the season undefeated since Warroad did it 2 years ago, and only the sixth team to do it since 1970. And the head coach says it's all about his athletes.
My deal is with the kids. That's the only reason I coach, is because I get to be with the kids. And they're wonderful to me personally, but they're funny guys, man. They make you laugh every single day. They make you mad every single day too, because they don't listen half the time, but they listen when it's important. And try to tell them to shave, and they don't shave. You know?
Keep doing what you need to do to keep winning. Well, all year long, hockey players look forward to the state tournament, and their fans help make the experience. Grand Rapids, Marshall, and Hermantown fans will be the first to tell you that it's pretty cool. Sports reporter Jen O'Neill and photojournalist Chris Mission brings us a story from the XL Energy Center.
It's a Minnesota tradition.
Susie scores!
In the hockey world, it's the biggest event of the year. Heading down to the Minnesota State Boys Hockey Tournament is a highlight for most students. Marshall senior Kevin Lampy takes in the atmosphere.
Nothing you've ever experienced before. I mean, you go play at hockey games and stuff in town, and it's one thing, but to come down here and know that there's thousands of people that are watching you and everything.
Winning or losing, dedicated fans stay loyal till the end, and in the state of hockey, it all happens here. During the Class Single A championship game, Hermantown senior Blair Murphy knows being at the state tournament will be a highlight of her high school memories.
And it's just very fun to have all these people in field that mean a lot, because we're all seniors and it's our last year and it's our last thing to do together.
After 5 previous appearances in the state tournament, Hermantown has never won. But on this day, they took home the trophy for the first time in school history. Hermantown is undefeated. They didn't lose a game all season.
Just all the work paid off for them and all of us.
Knowing that Blair's in the crowd cheering him on, Joe is thankful for her support.
She's a great supporter. I mean, they're every single game.
The players appreciate the fans and all that they bring to a game.
It's awesome. Everybody coming to watch us play. It's great that we have this much supporters. We love them all. It's just great. They're the greatest fans.
All right, great story. We'll see plenty from Jen and Chris in the future. Jen will be doing our Northern Star Athlete of the Week on Fridays. Chris Mission from Moncton, Wisconsin, has already won an Emmy in his young career. He'll have a sports rewind on Thursday, some of the best plays all week long, but plenty of talent going around here.
That's right, great stuff. We'll look forward to that. Thanks, Randy.
A Northwestern High student was back in class today with quite a story to tell.
Rita Ronke spent a month in a coma and overcame the odds. She tells her story next on Fox 21 News at 9.
Today was Rita Ronke's first day back to school since a crippling car accident last June.
It's a day she would never have seen had it not been for an off-duty firefighter and his wife. Fox 21's Wisconsin reporter Melissa Ganji has the story.
At a special ceremony, veteran firefighter Eric Sutton and his wife Kathy were recognized for their life-saving efforts.
We are forever grateful for your immediate presence on the scene, your skill and your talent, and determination to your profession.
For the first time since the accident last June, 18-year-old Rita Ronke and her family had a chance to meet her rescuers.
It was amazing. Saying thank you doesn't express how I really feel.
It's really nice to see her. It's really nice to see that she's doing well. And to meet her and her family was a very neat experience.
Last summer, Eric and his wife Kathy were on their way home from a horse show when they came across a car accident here on Highway 2 in Wentworth. Eric was off duty, but he rushed to help.
She was trapped in the vehicle. The vehicle was completely smashed around her. Access to her was very limited. So just did the best I could with what I had.
Rita was unconscious and struggling to breathe.
When you hear on the news about car accidents, you always think that's never going to happen to me.
She was in a coma for 30 days and doctors gave her a 1% chance of survival.
We were so scared that she wouldn't survive, let alone recover.
In front of a tearful crowd, Myrna's mother said all they had left was hope in the power of prayer. Rita is now recovering, going through rehab and learning how to walk again. When she looks back, what she misses the most is playing volleyball.
Which I love and I absolutely miss, like there's no tomorrow, and it's hard thinking that that could have been my last day, and I had so much more to do and so much more of my life to fill. And I almost lost it.
She may have lost her leg, but her spirit remains strong.
Yeah, my life has changed, but I still have the same personality. I still have everything the same, except I just don't have a leg.
It's been a long journey, but she hasn't given up. She's an inspiration to others.
She's a really strong gal, and she's overcome a huge number of obstacles. And she's got some will and somebody guiding her, because she, to get this far and do what she's doing now, she's amazing.
Rita left the hospital last Friday, but she still has therapy every morning before going to Northwestern High School.
And she's still hoping to complete her senior year. We'll be right back. We want to thank you once again for watching the first ever broadcast of Fox 21 News at 9.
That's right, and we are committed to bringing you high-quality journalism each and every night.
From all of us here at Fox 21, have a good night.